Hello, this is Brian. Again, just leaving off exactly where I left off before, right over here, because my battery was going to die and I didn't want it to die out in the middle of a cliff, especially in the middle of me making the last few steps to the summit. That would have really been not cool. So I'm just about at the summit right now. I believe I'm just about at the summit. There are a few falsies along the way up here. Oh, I got some Jeffrey pines too. Alright. This is it. This is peak 6178. I think I see the PCT. I think that right there should be the PCT I was thinking I was going to find at the beginning of this. Okay. Now, if I were to go to Bear Mountain, I'd have to go way over there. That's Bear Mountain. And this is the highest point between here and Bear Mountain. So that summit right there in the foreground, below Pleasant View Ridge, that right there is about 10 feet lower than this. That's peak 6168. So this is peak 6178 right here. Finally made it up here. Well, I wanted to come up to this peak for a while. It's a pretty short walk up here. Might take a little bit longer because I'm a little out of shape, but I also like to look around and stuff like that. Now, if you want to really do the insane way up Pacifico Mountain, you can go head up this way, head up that fire break right there. That's probably the insane way to get to Pacifico Mountain. Yeah, so again, that's peak 6168. That's Bear Mountain right there. That little hump there, I think, is 61. No, I think that's before it. There's another little bump past it, like bump 6189. But yeah, if you want to go to Bear Mountain, you're going way over there. That's not in the cards for me today. I'm not planning on going that far. Just want to get up to this random peak here and show you what the terrain looks like. If you were to go to Bear Mountain, you'd be following this same fire break, but you would have to go down here. You would have to go down a couple hundred feet. Yeah, you'd have to go down there up to that, which is 0.6068, 0.6068, and then you'd have to go up and over 6168, and then yeah, over 6168, then up that. So you'd be looking at I think it's about a 9-mile round trip hike, 8 or 9 miles roughly. I'm just not up for that today, but this is the way you would go if you were trying to get to Bear Mountain. And there's Pleasant View Ridge in its full glory. I can see the main ridge is going down towards the desert. Then you got Powell benchmark or Pleasant View Ridge, Will Thrall, then peak 8160, peak 8248. That's actually a high point. And on Peak Bagger, they actually call that Pleasant View Ridge also. So, excuse me. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. 2 Pleasant View Ridges and 2 Powellets. But that Pleasant View Ridge is Powell benchmark. That's Will Thrall. And then that's the high point right there. See that where that V-shaped saddle is? That is peak 8248. That's the actual high point of Pleasant View Ridge, and it's the northwestern peak of the immediate ridge of Mount Williamson. And then, of course, so we got closer up here. We got Winston Peak, Waterman Mountain. And that's the Winston Ridge area. And then, looking way out in the distance, right there, that bump there, that's Troop. And that's Powell. That's all the way to Powell over there. So you get really good views up here. And of course, much closer at hand is Mount Hillyer, which the actual high point is maybe about 40 feet higher than where we are right now. So you got some pretty good views up here. Then you got the front range over there, San Gabriel Peak, Mount Disappointment, Mount Wilson. There are actually some clouds up there. As I was driving up here, there were a lot of puffy stratocumulus clouds that were scraping against the side of the foothills. So, see a little triangle marker sign here. You'll find these sometimes at random here in the San Gabriels. I've noticed up here. There's a little triangle sign here. I always thought that they just put those on top of peaks, but I've seen them on false summits too. But yeah, every now and then you'll find one of these little guys around here. These little triangle signs. Whoa. Yeah, you find these quite often here. Some on the peaks near Chilao. I think there's one on right near peak 5560 near Chilao that I thought would be the actual summit, but it's just like this one is a little bit below the summit. All right, what do we got here? We got Jeffrey pine, it looks like. Yeah, it's a little Jeffrey pine. Very windswept. So this area probably gets very windy. It's very breezy right now as I speak. But yeah, look at that. Look at the view towards the ridge leading up to Pacifico Mountain. Imagine trying to climb up that firebreak right there. That looks like a doozy. And you can see where the station fire only did patchwork burning, as you can see a lot of the trees still survive. And I see, wow, I think those are big cone Douglas firs over there. Quite a few of them actually high up on the flank of Pacifico, unless those are sugar pines, but they kind of look a little upright to be sugar pines. Could be. But yeah, you could follow the PCT. If you follow the PCT, it'll take you around, and then you'll have to go off trail, do a little cross country to the top of Pacifico. That is a way to hike Pacifico if you want to go. If you don't want to go up straight up the firebreak, that looks like it's a pretty daunting one. Guarantee you that soil is probably loose. If you follow the PCT, it'll take you around the backside of Pacifico, and then you'll just have to make a cross-country run at the summit. But actually, this right here is not even the summit, and I believe, yeah, the actual summit's kind of hidden out of view. As you can see, that rocky outcropping up there is a little bit higher if you're looking from this vantage point. So that's not even the summit. That's just the kind of like the eastern shelf of it, I guess you can say. So yeah, it is awesome up here. I like this. This is a cool little peak. This is definitely worth it. You could really have a field day. If you, like I say, you really want to go crazy, you could go all the way to Bear Mountain. Probably, I bet you the firebreak will probably continue down into the desert. It's a very arid area. I've never actually been up to Bear Mountain, like I've said before in previous videos, but, or I probably have. I believe it's pretty much just very wind and fire trimmed chaparral the whole way. So that is something you'd want to do in the cooler weather, maybe even in the winter if the snow level's not too low. But even in that, the snow would probably melt pretty quickly on an exposed ridge like that. There's another triangle sign that fell, probably when they were constructing the firebreak. I'll tell you one thing, it is beautiful out here. Wow. Yeah, one of these days I definitely plan on hitting Bear Mountain, but it's just right now, Not today. I don't think I brought enough water to go way out there in my pack. I have enough to get me a little ways, and I haven't even dipped into it yet, but I don't think I want to get into all that right now. But yeah, beautiful over here. Like I said, if you want to go to Bear Mountain from this direction, there are other ways you can get up there. This isn't the only fire break you can use. This is the one where you're going to be going up and down like a roller coaster pretty much the whole way. And then of course, whatever you lost on the way back, you're going to have to regain it. So probably looking at quite a substantial elevation gain. You can, I believe you can get it from the Sulphur Springs down by the campground. I believe if you try to picture it, I think if you head northeast from there, I think there's a fire break that goes northeast from Sulphur Springs that comes up that direction there, instead of going here and going up and down and up and down. I don't know if there are a lot of ups and downs, but I would imagine that there are less ups and downs coming from that direction. Don't quote me on it, because again, I'm not telling this from experience. But yeah, it's nice to make it up here. It's a beautiful little peak. Got a little prominence, nothing really insane, but it's just up enough so where you can get some really mind-expanding views of the San Gabriel mountain range. Basically, I'm just going to be going back the way I came. So, really, unless I come across some wildlife on the way down, like another horned lizard that I can get footage of, I think this will probably be my last clip for this Peaks video set. But yeah, Peak 6178. Lucky to come up here on a day like today. It's only in the 60s right now. Probably low 60s at best. So, picked a great day to come up here. This time next week, it'll probably be in the 80s up here. So this is it. Peak 6178. That'll do it for this video.